Hey, howdy, hi. I don't have a ton of energy today. Food plans fell through repeatedly on account of a lot of stuff I couldn't control. So I haven't eaten yet, but food will arrive during the show, probably. Yeah, Currency Wars is updated. That's fun. I'm not crazy about Currency Wars personally. Wait, I should say I like it, but at the higher difficulties, it genuinely is just unfair. Like, unless you got one of like 3 really overpowered setups, you genuinely just can't win the higher difficulties. And even if you can, it's gonna be by way too close a margin to feel good, because you get graded by the amount of HP you have left over. It feels like I'm getting a poor grade because I didn't guess well enough what the RNG would give me and plan accordingly. And sometimes the RNG just ain't gonna give it to you anyways. You're just not gonna get any of the setups that work really well. We don't need to worry about all that. We can be back at the main story. Doing that puzzle that seems to be literally impossible. Hanging out with Nihilux.
We pulled together our credits with the expansion.
This is Perlux Corp's Mechatron Imagenesis Design Lab. 15 years ago, the first Mechatrons of Plain Arcadia were born here, and they immediately gained widespread social influence upon their debut. Today, Mechatrons have become the most common and iconic symbol throughout the streets.
Common, sure, but aren't they a bit too varied to be iconic?
You could say that Mechatrons are the first and currently only Imagine that can be mass-produced on assembly lines.
Which raises a lot of moral implications. Does Plain Arcadia really need that many Mechatrons?
Imagine such as Mechatrons, which can be produced and discontinued at will, are the perfect residents for Plain Arcadia, and perhaps the perfect IPC employees.
It's this part I'm worried about. Discontinued at will. Ain't you just killing them at that point?
In some people's eyes, being able to create an infinite army of Mechatrons would be even better. Say, dear guests, do you know what the first step is to creating an Imagine in Plain Arcadia?
This voice they got for her is really good at doing the whole giving a tour thing. Like, you sound semi-educational and slightly condescending. Submitting an application?
Well, in a way, that answer isn't exactly wrong. But just like how human laws can't control wind and rain, an average of 220,000 unauthorized Imagine come into existence each year through humanity's intentional or unintentional creation. And the Department of Aberration Defense can only turn a blind eye. Drawing the physical form means humans using brushes to give shape to fictional beings, which was originally the domain of professional artists.
Yes.
But here, collective creation and standardized Mechatron blueprints have replaced traditional artwork, improving standardized workflow efficiency and reducing wish power resource waste. In short, this is the industrial revolution everyone's been chasing.
Well, you're industrially revolutionizing art. Which, that's not something anyone wanted or needed.
Oh, to think that even Imagenesis, a skill as magical as this, could be industrialized. I'm suddenly starting to admire the IPC.
I'm actually thinking less of them for this.
That's nothing. Our company aims to create 2 billion Mechatrons for social production and public services before Arcadian
And
calendar
isn't there the
2030.
problem of, if they
And that
become
includes
too
special
common,
combat Mechatrons like the Daybreak Squadron.
aren't you spreading all that wish power too thin?
That's a staggering number. But can
Yeah.
the wish power of the people here really sustain so many Imaginae?
That's why Perlux Corp keeps churning out animations and hero shows one after another. In other places, these are just entertainment. But here, they're legit breeding grounds for spiritual energy.
Keep the content constantly flowing.
All of this shall serve Madame Pearl's grand goals and ideals.
Uh-huh.
All right, back to square one. First step, let's go print the Mechatron structure blueprint.
I'm seeing the parallels to the whole AI takeover.
Please adjust the Mechatron design parameters according to your needs.
Yeah, let's pick a preset.
Mechatron assembly blueprint updated. Processing. Printing.
While waiting for the blueprint to generate, it suddenly hits you. It's just a trial project.
Could it be that no matter how much I adjust it, the final printout always comes out exactly the same?
Your suspicion makes sense. But please answer my question first. Which do you prefer? The sense of achievement that comes from hard work, or the convenience of getting things done easily?
I mean, that really depends on what I'm seeking. In this case specifically, the sense of achievement.
You got that right. The fully automated Imagenesis blueprint design system perfectly matches your needs. You can meticulously adjust every parameter, or just hit one button to skip it all, and the automated system will always produce results that meet the standards. Amazing, right? Just like how the inventors on planet Skrullum used to ask themselves, if all their inventions were already pre-recorded in the Supreme Punch Tape, what's the point of inventing in the first place?
Printing complete. Please retrieve your blueprint.
What you just said is the answer. It's not about the results of creation, but the elation we experience in the
Okay.
process.
I suppose in the long term, these aren't really replacing individuals' creativity. And like, yeah, you could get a Mechatron, but it's not like
We pull together.
if someone wants a specific Imaginae made, they can't just get a Mechatron blueprint for it. Although, granted, a lot of people probably will settle for that instead. That also assumes this is an open-to-the-public process that can be done.
Oh, hello. But please, show me your Mechatron assembly blueprint.
There you go.
No problem. The blueprint has been recorded. The Mechatron parts are ready to go. Hope you enjoy the experience.
Mr. Yang, you're not coming along?
No. March and I will just watch you play from the side.
Oh, make me feel self-conscious
Well
about
then,
it.
Please follow my guidance to complete the Mechatron assembly. This experience mainly involves assembling 3 parts: the arm, the shoulder armor, and the Daybreak blade on the back of the Mechatron. Go for it, little raccoon!
Yeah.
Assemble the Magico Mechatron Daybreak Warriors and save our city!
All right, everyone. I'm heading out.
Of course. Foolish to think the Trailblazer could ever feel self-conscious about anything. Interplanar jump! As part of the mech assembly project brought to you by Perlux Corp, you'll be tasked with installing the arms, shoulder guards, and the Daybreak Blade, custom-engineered weapon designed for the giant mech armor. Please follow all instructions during your session. Utilize the detonator to remove parts from the frame. Engage the mechanical arms to lock each piece into place. Word has it that to make the trip unforgettable for the Nameless, the corporation has included a thrilling new feature following the assembly phase. What could it be? The anticipation is palpable. Pull the lever? Sure. Ah, it brings me over here.
The first step of assembly is to remove each part from the frame, one by one. Nippers, hobby knife, sandpaper, sanding stick. Parallax doesn't provide any of these. But don't worry, the explosive device will solve all your problems. Just step on it, bravely.
There we go. Again, like, this is automating the building of a Gunpla figure. As someone who's built a couple myself, nothing terribly advanced. I think probably the most infamously difficult one I've done, not even because of, like, it actually being that hard, but just because the pieces are kind of small, is Crossbones Gundam. Because Crossbones is smaller than most Gundams, so when they made it to scale...
That's the magic that we at Parallax Corp are so proud of.
There's a corporation. It's an organization that leads both happiness and misery alike, as if they were system errors. Poetic. And weirdly true. Yes, getting all these Pix coins. I knew it. Yay! Faster, faster, faster! Every money problem can be solved with more speed, mark my word! Yay! Yeah, you're using bombs to very precisely blow them off instead of, you know, using nippers and... Yeah, I have this really cool fiberglass file that he's really good at taking off the little nubs from the thing without, without sanding down what's under it. Actually, only got those with my second one. I didn't have them the first time. Okay. Ah! And going back, I gotta... Yeah, like, this is still cool, because I'm still doing, like, a platforming thing. But just as much, I don't know, I enjoy the monotony of putting together a model. And I think this is a good showing for the IPC. They are ultimately well-meaning, because they are still Pathstriders of a generally good Eon, but ultimately their ideals kind of clash with
mechanical maintenance arm and align
a
it
lot
with
of
the shoulder
things.
joint base to connect the arm.
They clash with the ideals we have, but not the results we want.
We're done with the arm.
Which I think is a good idea for a morally kind of neutral faction.
And adjust the mech armor to the shoulder armor panel position.
Hey, she unironically sounds like a tutorial. This is just being given to me. It's not an insult. Cat's golden rule. Yeah, there was a leak. I'm pretty iffy on its truth, but supposedly there's supposed to be a part 2 to the Fate collab coming out.
The first step is to remove the parts from the frame.
I'm very questioning on it, because they listed Rin and Gilgamesh as the characters being added to it,
Artificial
which
gravity field adjusting. Please exercise
is also
caution.
supposed to come in 4.3. Just seems unlikely at best. They've got, like, 2 whole characters they haven't announced yet.
Activate the thruster and push the shoulder armor towards the unit interface.
Hello there, hey, Green Ghost. Just playing some Star Rail, talking about the supposed leak. I really don't buy it, personally. Because, like, they've already done the gag of Gilgamesh kind of looks like Mighty. And hell, they even slightly made the gag that Rin looks like, Sparkle, by having Sparkle be Archer's best support. It's locked from this side, interesting. Ah! Yay, wanted this. Good morning! Your voice plays alone and speaks loudly and writes loudly to proclaim to the world, through echoes born of every act. What is this leak? The leak is supposedly there will be a second, there will be like a part 2 to the Fate collab, and I don't buy it. Primarily because of who they said the new characters will be, Gilgamesh and Rin. Also, that they'd have, for how long they hyped up the first part, I find it very difficult to believe they'd do a part 2 with just Shadow dropping it. The update after next, essentially. Like, I don't believe the leak at all.
Now, for the final part. Please install the Daybreak blade on its back. Aim at the mounting point on the back, and fire! Awaken! Daybreak blade! Mission accomplished! The colossal Mechatron you built with your own hands will now stand proudly in the center of this hall. The great hero of the Astral Express has graced this place, left behind a blueprint, and even contributed their own inspiration to the completion of the Mechatron statue. What outstanding...
Crit damage on this actually ain't bad. Because Aventurine kind of wants crit damage.
For the marketing department.
Run Nameless Charge, congrats. Run Nameless Charge, finally!
A new hero is born right here.
Knew it.
Step forth, Mr. Little Raccoon, and become the guardian of Plain Arcadia.
Interactive. Hang on. What's going on here? Bright light. You turn it down a smidge. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations! The light, chill the fuck out, please.
Powerful wish power supply entity detected. Initiating link.
Oh?
Mechatron synchronization rate 15%.
Assembly complete. Could the next step be?
That's right. With the completion of the Mechatron assembly, it's time for some heart-pounding combat.
Oh my god. Alright. The IPC sure knows how to sweet talk.
42%.
Your little fanboy, Cinderborn, is eagerly awaiting some pointers from you. While we can't power up this big guy, I've printed a small unit. Now it's time to show you how a Mechatron fights.
Oh, that is actually a cool shot. They've revealed almost nothing about Elation Trailblazer's kit, but is it too much to hope that you're using the lightsabers to direct a giant robot?
With the Mechatron?
Like, that would be really cool and funny.
Where am I now?
'Cause they always go a little different from what you expect. And Destruction was pretty what you expect from it, to be fair. Just hitting stuff with a baseball bat, but having a fiery lance for the preservation setup was... like, you don't think of fire as being part of defense, but it made sense in the context of the story because it was a frozen world that wanted to be thawed out. So by taking the flaming lance, you are protecting it. Then for Harmony, you got a hat and you just dance around with a clock friend. For Remembrance, you got a book and a quill and a mem. And it being just lightsabers for Elation, I don't see it. Like, if their Elation skill will be calling in the giant robot, that'd be great. And this is a good mecha design for the Trailblazer. Like, it's got that gray on it, which, that's kind of their iconic color. Gold could fit the yellow. It's kind of a muted gold, though.
Of course, it's the combat testing sandbox. Look, those dazzling colors are like an express train traversing through the stars. Enhanced full body armor, a steadfast shield for the people. Roar! Let what a powerful strike! That's our hero, Little Raccoon! What? Our hero got blocked by an
Yeah, that's the
building.
hero breaking
Kitty,
down buildings
what are
that
you
were in the
doing?
middle of a street. Actually, that is kind of heroic.
Choice left. Smash it to pieces, hero! Just focus on dealing with the city's crisis and let Madame Pearl worry about the compensation.
Mega Mechatron's ultimate formation of the century.
Or wipe out the monsters entirely. Hero, you decide.
One sec. Found a thing I want. Sci-fi villains often fall for the same pattern. Their very attempt to expose the world's ugliness, they only succeed in adding to it. Surprisingly genre-savvy of you. Yes, that's true.
The monsters that were hiding here seem to have been reduced to nothing.
Could it be the one and only Trailblazer of the Astral Express walking towards us?
You don't recognize me in this form?
You bet! After all, you're our beloved hero!
Although the giant shadow crisis in Duomension City has been dispelled, the real battle for you and the Daybreak Squadron is only just beginning! as the old and new generations of superheroes, you will face off here to determine the victor!
Forged by raging fire, burn away the darkness, the star that set the world ablaze! Blaze Weaver!
Oh my god, they've got... Oh, that's actually a pretty good Sentai design in general.
Flight through the skies! Flames of lightning! From the blue heavens descend, Azurling! Ka!
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good Sentai-like suit design.
Eternal night, light blazing bright, the radiant bow of hope, Dawn Lance!
Cut through despair, unyielding blade of steel, edge that never fades, Cinderborn! You can do it, friend!
I like the little nod showing they are, like, synced up.
And dawn awakens! The Daybreak Squadron!
I do like how it's, you know, red, blue, yellow, and then they've got their extra ranger who's, like, silver. Daybreak Squadron, that's so cool. Oh!
This is an official challenge from the Daybreak
I love they let you be
Squadron,
such a nerd.
hero of the Astral Express. If we defeat you, we hope you'll accept our invitation to become the honorary Phantom Fifth member of the Daybreak Squadron and help us safeguard.
Well, you
the
are
peace
missing a black
of Planet
ranger. You got
Kingdom.
kind of a gray, but you don't have black. Wait, he's already gray, so what other color can I use? Oh my god, the music stopped.
Pink, green, we've got tons of colors. You can set any RGB value you want.
They cut the music for that, it's like... And then it comes... Okay, that's great. This is all my Power Rangers dreams coming true.
Hey, Greg, didn't you have something to tell your hero? Now's your perfect chance.
My friend, you know what? Every time I transform into a Mechatron, I imagine I'm you.
Oh?
Think about what you would do when facing danger. It is your adventure stories that give me strength.
That is also 100% like a Sentai background. Whereas, like, I was inspired by someone else's heroism, and every time I transform, I imagine what they would do. And I can totally see it being, like, a fictional superhero that then for an episode gets to be alive, and they get to meet them, and that fictional superhero actually gives, like, hey, you know, you did good work yourself today. I don't know if I could have saved the place better than you. In that case, let me give you some pointers.
Now then.
And I love the option to be either super into this or find it cringy. I'm super into this because I've been a Sentai fan my entire life, more or less.
Let the two of us see what you made of.
Oh, there's actually like a playable semi-character.
One and only Trailblazer.
Also, it's super awesome. Of course it is! Upon breaching 4 stacks, immediately launches Daybreak Rondo's follow-up attack. Deal physical damage to one enemy, gain a stack of Daybreak Will. Enters a Daybreak Temperance state, causing all enemies to immediately take action. Physical damage to all enemies, gains a stack of Daybreak Will. Daybreak Will reaches 4 stacks, immediately launch follow-up attack, dealing physical to all enemies. Okay, they actually share an HP bar. Oh, okay. Daybreak Temperance makes me gain stacks when I take damage. And get an attack boost as well. And then I can... Yeah, this is cool. I mean, this is at least cool for a basic character setup. That's just kind of supposed to solo something.
As expected of the Astral Express hero, so powerful.
And I should be doing this frequently, because I also take, like, massively reduced damage under it. They seem to have the same moveset as I do, though.
Boss, Gray, I'll leave the rest to you.
The
The honor is mine to cross blades with you.
As heroes, we'll never back down!
Boom. Actually, I think it might be using my, my destruction equipment for this, which means it's horribly out of date, actually.
This strike retains all my respect. Bring it on!
What? Even the invincible little raccoon is reaching his
Or
limits?
it's just C to the you have to lose.
Those are the people's wishes. Power converging as
Okay.
one. That is limitless possibility!
Everyone's wishes. I've received them all.
Daybreak replica strike.
Infinity!
Oh my god. I am wondering how much of this they're staging, though. Because it's hard to take the IPC's word for anything. Cool as hell animations. They do want to get across the idea of, yeah, no, the Trailblazer has been in actual
You
real
really
combat.
got
These
into
are
character.
actors learning to fight.
That was some great acting.
Acting?
Were we just fighting in a film studio?
Might have forgotten for a second.
Don't tell me you actually thought you were fighting them in a real city. That ain't gonna happen.
I did like to
Madam
better
Person
show that
showed
off.
fun
For
with
part of the
a
cutscene, you
laugh.
can blatantly see the sky, but then right at the end, you can see the stuff at the end. The Trailblazer's hallucinations are a hell of a drug.
It doesn't matter if it was a real fight or a fake one. What matters is your experience. Did you have fun?
Yeah. Ain't gonna happen. Yeah, sure, Chekhov.
The user gave us a 5-star review. Thank you for your kind feedback. Your satisfaction and approval are our greatest motivators.
I mean, we have used a giant mecha in the past with the creation engine. That was the name of what the big-ass robot you briefly have helping you during the final boss of the first planet you go to, Bellabog. So, again, I'm kind of hoping that thing is going to be my ultimate for Elation Trailblazer, because that'd be really cool. They still haven't revealed what the kit will be, but I'm betting in the lead up to 4.2 they'll reveal it.
Looks like the Daybreak Squadron is waiting for you. You gave them quite a combat lesson, it appears. Why don't you go share a few words with those youngsters?
I think we're about the same age, actually. I'll be the head! Behold the Mechatron, standing tall astride the earth! Oh my god. I'll be the head! The person who contributes jack shit to the combined mecha. Destroy all destructible structures in the Mechatron Battle Studio, hell yeah. Catch all the... catch all the Pix coins tossed by the cat during Mechatron assembly. Easy peasy, both of them. Wispe Wars, which I will get to. After story stuff.
As expected of my senior, that was awesome! My life is now complete.
Like I said, I think this is a pretty good, like, Sentai suit. The star being, like, gold, yellow, it needs to be more obviously gold rather than yellow to work, because now yellow is, like, lacking a color in their cohesion, or yellow either looks worse or better than everyone else. Kinda better, but also kinda worse. It's weird.
Before joining Daybreak Squadron, Gray had always been your fan.
That kid knows every story about the Astral Express like the back of his hand. And he's always looked up to you as his role model. Even as his leader, I'm nowhere near as important to him as you are. Huh, what an amazing battle! Well, more than beating you, we were hoping Gray would leave a lasting impression on you. After all, being remembered by their idol is the highest form of praise for a fan, isn't it?
Biggest fan and biggest fan. Ghoti. Team really gets along well.
Oh, you bet. Besides my senior. My teammates in the Daybreak Squadron are the ones I trust the most.
It's a shame, though. If he could really become the 5th member of our team, our recognition would rise even further.
This guy's intense. I love him.
People still think we're just playing heroes.
Recognition rise even further. Again, I keep saying it, but I'm glad they were able to go back to when... Sorry, 1 second, responding to a text. Yeah, I'm glad after... Like, my biggest deal about Amphorius was, especially towards the last, like... basically everything... Like... After the... first reset, like, when you find out what Amphorius is... Like, for real. Basically everything that comes after that, it's always... full tension, and when there's never any kind of tension release, you are very frequently... at one point you stop feeling the tension and start feeling, okay, can we move on from this already? Like, they had low tension moments, but they couldn't really fit in truly, genuinely silly moments like this can. Like, yeah, the stakes will be high, but... we're aware of what the larger stakes should be, like, someone gets the moment of aha, and uses an Eon's power to do something horrible. Like, that'd be bad. We already know that, we're already working to prevent something like that happening. Like, using an Eon's power, you could just kickstart an entire war. I think someone has to build those Gunpla in the background. That's a good question. So they seem to automate a lot of the process. They... I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure.
That's only because we haven't done anything truly heroic yet.
I mean, yeah. Yes, I'm glad we can have these silly... like, these sillier, lighter moments again. And I'm hoping they can keep those going for a fair bit longer, and they don't have to stay at high tension for too long like they did in Amphorius. I think Amphorius suffered from how long it was, like, especially towards the end. And I'm hoping we don't have that problem here. Maybe we will, but I'm hoping. God damn it, next filming is happening in an hour. I still haven't built the suits.
Don't worry. Given the state of Duo-Mention City, a mind-blowing crisis is bound to happen sooner or later. And that's when we'll get our chance to shine! Ha ha!
It is... I realize it's purely me being, like, nostalgia-baited, but it is fun seeing a bunch of my very disparate interests that don't go together all still being represented in the same game. Like, I'm big into the Fate franchise, and they had a Fate crossover. I love Power Rangers, and slightly less Kamen Rider. I like the big mecha. And we got this thing here that seems to understand the writing and the ideas very well of the mecha side of Sentai. And they, like, I really like 40k, and there's 40k references abound. They had this whole event that was a huge Pokemon reference, and they even, like, the antagonists even talked like Jesse and James from the old dub. Like from way back when. I don't know if I don't think it was actually them, but they were doing a very nice homage to them. Monokuma showed up. I swear there were Danganronpa fans working on 4.0. I swear someone was playing Danganronpa when they were doing all that whole setup in 4.0. That had to be. And it's nice, and I like it. I know the writing isn't, like, the deepest thing. And some people have been burnt out on Hoyo stuff. That's why this is kind of the only Hoyo thing I play. I'm sure if I also added Triple Z, I'd start getting tired of something. But it's like 2 years have passed, but I can't remember any of it.
Yeah, just yesterday, I rescued 5 people from a gas explosion. Hope they recover soon, and spread the word about how awesome Daybreak Squadron is!
Like, missing your school memories. School life that turns deadly. Her color scheme was so Monokuma. And hell, her, like, super form when Sparksy and Sparkle merged together genuinely looked like Junko Enoshima. Just with the a Junko Monokuma fusion.
There you go again, casually saying the strangest things. Like the Astral Express. We don't need to act to prove something so long as we stay true to our own path. Sooner
Yeah,
or
you know
later,
what? I think this is actually true.
will be
So long as you
recognized by
are doing your
everyone.
thing and you're being honest and out there, you will find an audience for what you're doing. And people will recognize what you're doing, I should say. People will come to recognize it. Like, you're honest, and you're putting in the work. People will respond.
Silly you! Is the Astral Express all you ever think about? Why don't you just go join the Express as one of the Nameless?
Come on, don't make fun of me. I'm still just a rookie. How could I possibly be worthy of boarding the Express and fighting alongside seasoned veterans?
As long as you stay true to your own path.
Anyone who perseveres in their own life is a hero indeed.
Thanks for your guidance, Trailblazer.
I understand this is a soul power fantasy thing, but the idea of being the inspiration for a friggin' Sentai team is... that gets to me on a
And lastly,
fundamental level.
I wonder if you could take a picture with the rest of us.
Trailblazer, please, take a photo together with us!
Whoa! My senior's so close to me that my heart's beating like crazy.
3, 2, 1.
Darkness wanes, and dawn awakens! The Daybreak Squadron arises!
Time's about up. We should meet with Madame Pearl now. Oh, right. Want to say goodbye to your big fan before we go?
This is a cool display. Oh, it's braced against the wall. Okay, yeah, no. That is a good detail, because no way in hell without that brace on the wall that this thing is sticking up. And it's like bolted into the wall. That whole thing is there to stabilize it. The foot's not quite resting on the wall, but it's probably fine if it doesn't. Let's see if this one is doable. Interesting. Woo, woo, ha ha, woo. Grab you. Hmm. I feel like I'm missing something fundamental about this. Because I can't get out of this square at all. There's genuinely no way out of it, and I can't, like, disconnect from it. Like, if I can't leave it... then it's not what I meant to do. Damn it. Wait. If I can't get outside of it because it's built in that I can't, then... Okay, or I could do that. Fuck this, fuck the whole puzzle thing, just jump out and back in. Sure. I don't know why they bothered making those two separate points when... that, like, if you're at one, you're at the other one. Took me longer than it probably should have to figure that one out. The other one, I'm still convinced there's nothing I can do, because there's no points above it for me to get to it. Puzzle, go around it. Yeah.
What a beautiful model city.
Interplanar jump. Whee! Run for your lives? I'd sure like to. Auto-scrolling level. Sure, why not? It is cool for a one-time thing. Herluck's fire control array. All these Pix coins. All of them. And refined timepiece. Okay, that is a Gundam and a... what are the red ones called? Can never remember what they're called, but they're not Gundams, because they're not made of gun... they're not made of the metal.
Looks good.
But that is very obviously a Gundam on the right, and the... an NZ, is that what they're called?
Apparently,
blue, yellow.
Eh.
You guys were amazing back there. If we record this for promo material, we'll definitely get a ton of new followers. If only we could have beaten the Nameless. We were actually so close during that Megatron fight.
Interesting. His faceplate is actually a different color than his. I think these three all have the same color faceplate, but his is different.
What are you talking about? There's no way we could have beaten the Trailblazer.
Well, it's not entirely impossible, I'd say. Ever since I converted, I feel like both my mind and body have become so much lighter. Gray, you really should join us and do the same.
What? What are y'all talking about?
Gray, being a masked hero means facing all kinds of dangers. You definitely feel pretty bad if you couldn't contribute your strength to the team when we needed you the most.
Y'all trying to...
Oh, looks like your idol's here to see you. We'll wait for you backstage.
Converted?
Gray.
Senior?
Oh, now it's the same color as theirs was. That's weird. You good? What are they talking about?
Me? I'm fine. Totally fine. It was no surprise that you took us down without breaking a sweat. It's me. I'm just too weak. I'm always hesitant, whether in combat or dealing with life. Even though I know I can never become an amazing hero like you, I've always been trying my best to get closer to being like you. It's a bit embarrassing to admit, but no one ever taught me the principles of how to live and behave growing up. I dropped out of high school pretty early and started hanging out with street gangs. Every time I threw a punch to intimidate someone, I thought I was being a hero. But when I saw how scared those people were, I had this nagging feeling that maybe I was doing something wrong. Later, when I read about the Astral Express story online and learned about your legendary deeds, I finally understood what it meant to be a true hero. Looking back at how immature and awful I was, I made up my mind to leave my old organization.
Look back at how immature I was a lot of times, and...
Now I too have a chance to become a hero like you. Together, with my brothers and sisters in the Daybreak Squadron, I can bring happy smiles to the residents of Plain Arcadia and protect them whenever danger appears. But I'm just too weak. I don't have the immense strength like the Express Nameless. I don't even have any special talents. Maybe I've chosen a path that doesn't really work for me.
Desire to fight for others is a strength in itself.
I don't want to give you empty platitudes about humans triumphing over fate. But I do believe that while kindness isn't something you can learn, strength is something you can acquire. Your desire to fight for those around you, and your wish to bring smiles to others, that's your greatest strength.
I wonder... We didn't see the other three out of their costumes, but we did see him. I'm thinking something. And they said converted.
Thank you, Trailblazer. Thanks for listening to my ramblings.
Let me give you my autograph.
Could you please sign that famous line?
Rules are made to be broken.
That's the one. That's exactly it.
Rules are boundaries, and anyone who pushes beyond those boundaries becomes, in a sense, one of the Nameless.
I'll remember today for the rest of my life. Goodbye, Trailblazer. I hope by the next time we meet, I'll be a true hero just like you.
I'm worried about that. You are setting you up a lot.
Well, that about wraps up today's tour. After seeing everything, what do you think?
Looks like I've got quite a few fans.
You're only realizing that now. That's your greatest advantage in joining the Phantom Moon Games. A story that's already spread far and wide.
Look, Scorp's influence is truly something else.
Indeed, rather
I
than
don't know that it's a good
rule
thing.
This world directly, that individual draws even greater strength from Perlux. The stories and dreams spun by this enterprise are capable of steering the future of Plain Arcadia and of serving as the cradle for new imaginae. Madame Pearl is waiting for you at the top of this building to discuss matters regarding the Phantom Moon Games. Let me give you a little reminder. The rules of Phantom Moon Games have never required any competition between supplicants.
Seem to be well versed in this.
As an IPC employee, I've said far too much. Your friends are waiting for you in the hall. You should go meet up with them. Don't keep them waiting too long.
VFX movie buff. Hey Fran, have you seen Daybreak Squadron? You familiar with Daybreak Squadron? I've had some dealings. Tell from your tone you barely know anything about Daybreak Squadron. Because you're not showing the proper level of fanaticism that name should inspire. Oh, you're one of those. That's okay. It's never too late to get into it. Best time to get into Daybreak Squadron was 10 years ago. Second best time is now. That's... I think I've said that about One Piece, but I think it was actually... I might have said 30. And I'm not even that old. The best time to get into One Piece as an American was a little over 20 years ago. Second best time would be right now. I did the former because I was there when the 4Kids episodes started airing. Which does remind me, I had a huge nostalgia hit that latest episode. When Joy Boy's English voice was Luffy's original voice actor from the 4Kids dub, that they got her back for that. That was a great pull. It's something on the level of Jelly Vegeta in the dub of Super. He was voiced by Vegeta's old voice actor from the old Ocean dub. I love pulls like that, where these actors have been... That sounds so cool. It is, because Joy Boy is like... Luffy is supposed to be the new Joy Boy, so it's such a good pull to have the original voice of Luffy voicing Joy Boy. Like, it was... Like, when I heard about that, I saw the episode, I was like, wait a minute, is that... And I looked online, and sure enough, they brought her back for it, and it was so cool. He hasn't been around for 10 years, huh? Exactly. 10 years ago, Plain Arcadia didn't have Daybreak Squadron. 10 years ago, Plain Arcadia was nowhere near cool enough. Ever want to get into Daybreak Squadron? Feel free to hit me up anytime. Totally give you the ultimate beginner's guide. Let's play some Cosmicon Collective first. Go first, hell yeah. There we go, that's good enough. And reroll you. Ooh, that's good. Bonk. 5 stacks of strength, dice can no longer roll their maximum value. That does average out your dice rolls being a bit better. This is gonna hurt. Let's... Yeah. Got very unlucky on that. Yeah, your average rolls are going to... This does mean your defense is going to be trash with that setup is a thing, which is why he died basically right away.
Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow.
Looks good.
Over here! Over here!
Boo-doo.
Daybreak Squadron 2?
Mr. Yang and I watched the whole thing on the screen!
Badass.
Not only did you assemble the Mechatron and give autographs to your fan, but you also got to live out your superhero fantasy. Did you have fun?
I guess Sentai... Yeah, Sentai would count as superheroes in my book, yeah.
Mr. Yang's looking at you with such loving eyes. Like a parent watching a kid riding on a carousel at an amusement park.
Thank you, Dad.
Indeed. Seeing him so happy reminds me of my younger self. Those were the days.
What are you talking about? Mr. Yang, you're still as young as ever. Oh, right. We've been wandering around here for ages and seen everything there is to see. What's this Madame Pearl really up to?
Oop. Hey! Thank you for the raid, Sleipnir. Shout you out real quick. Fell in the hidden hole? He shout you out. What were you playing? How y'all doing? Suppose I should do my own little introduction. I am Fish. G-H-O-T-I, Fish. Yes, that's how you say it. You're playing some Enfield? Enfield is... okay. I stopped playing it because I just couldn't get into it myself, and I had a few too many gotchas going on anyway. Case in point, I've got this, and I've also got Epic 7 updating in, like, a day. Hate the stage design for the platforming sometimes. Imagine.
I understand everything she
Yes,
wanted to
I
show
play
us.
gacha games
There are
Mondays and
just a
Thursdays, and
few
most other
questions
days
I'd
I'm
like to
playing
confirm with
RPGs
Miss
of some
Nylax.
kind. Anything with a huge focus on story. Right now I'm playing Fate Samurai Remnant most days, but also Fallout 3. Wednesdays and Saturdays, so... Playing 5 gachas right now. Let me think what all I'm playing. I'm playing Honkai Star Rail, Fate Grand Order, Epic 7, Morimans I just started and I'm loving it. Still can't use the new Welt voice? Me neither. I don't know what the deal was with the old voice actor. I no hate to this new one, just... The old voice was so unique with this gravel to it. This subtle gravel to it, and this one just doesn't hit that same way. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but it's a huge adjustment. I'm playing at least 4. Are there any others? As part of SAG-AFTRA, it's very possible. The thing is, Welt was kind of the only role I'd seen him really do. It's like a bit off, like a bit too happy. Like, yeah, there's a bit too much up to it. If that makes sense. I'm speaking as someone who...
Miss Nylax? Wait, where did she go?
Yeah, might have been part of the SAG thing. Thing was, he only just got cut, like... The replacement only happened this update. Though he was unvoiced the previous patch, so who knows.
Ah, there you all are. We've been looking everywhere for you. The Secretary's office sent Agent Feld here to keep you company while you wait, but he said he couldn't find any of you.
Come again? Just as I thought, that woman seems pretty suspicious.
Wait, if Mr. Feld is one who's supposed to meet us, then who is Miss Nihilux?
Yeah, there was no way she works here.
Yes, Nihilux? Who? Agent Nihilux, an IPC ranking P30, who works at Prolux Corp's Imagenesis Technology Department.
P30? Imagenesis Technology Department?
There's something about IPC agents being easily replaceable.
Imagenesis Technology
Yeah.
Department.
Scott got replaced with Sparkle last patch, and then he fucking died. And a different playable character replaced a different IPC agent this time.
Could she be some kind of corporate spy who snuck into the building?
I think she just wanted to sell my autograph somewhere.
Oh, this is a real mess. What are those security guards even doing? Distinguished guests, are you hurt? Or did she trick you into giving her money or anything like that?
I gave her an autograph photo.
This lady seemed totally legit.
Still can't believe they
She
killed fucking
smoothly
Scott. I
guided us
wouldn't
around the place
either.
like a pro.
From
thought she
a
was one
writing
of your
standpoint, I
people.
think it's an amazing way to, without having to give up a very marketable character, still give a very impactful death. Because Scott is a recurring comedy-based character. They have him come back and, like, for once he's not opposed to you, and they kill him. And that's, like, you actually feel kind of bad, even though you loved making fun of him. It was always really low-stakes stuff. It's like, oh, I'm trying to save these back alley food stalls from the IPC bulldozing them with their new stuff. Like, it was never that serious. Like, you never hated him that much, and even if you did, he got his comeuppance for his pride. Bark like a dog, oink like a pig. So when they kill him off, actually, you're like, oh my god. You don't feel like he deserved that.
I need to report this to security right away. She can't have gone far. Let's catch her in the act.
Thought it was weird an IPC agent also apparently used to run a,
Astral Express crew. Madam Pearl
newspaper.
has been waiting for quite some time.
Digital paper or
If it's
something?
convenient,
Anyway,
shall we
I'm
head
running
out
it now.
I'll show you the way. Please inform Madam Pearl that the 3 guests from the Express will arrive shortly.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Power. To ensure your safety and comfort,
The CEO's secretary also plays Cosmicon Collective. Hello, esteemed guests of the Astral Express. I am Mia, secretary to Madame Pearl, CEO of Plain Arcadia. Normally, meetings with Madame Pearl require an appointment in advance. However, she's given strict instructions. Whenever your crew requests a meeting, she'll make herself available right away. Nevertheless, Madame Pearl has been working herself ragged lately. Asking you this as a personal favor, unless you have urgent business, please avoid frequenting her office too much. Unless I have something important to do. Something I can help you with today? Cosmicon Collective. You have a Furbo journalist. Yeah, it's, your dice are just too bad. Anyone who doesn't have a character is gonna be fodder. Ooh. I mean, yeah, it is still worth it to reroll that, yeah. Theoretically, I could defend against this. Actually, odds aren't looking too bad. Yeah. I take only the damage from my die here, which I want to take, actually. Ooh, those are some bad D8 rolls. True Berserker. That works. Ooh. He's not using his own mechanic. Bonk. Oh no, instant 2 damage, whatever will I do? The only one who's dealt damage to me so far. Also, like, I've noticed with higher level characters, higher level opponents, they literally just give them more rerolls to make them more difficult. And that's really dumb. Ah, that sucks. Well, I can avoid the damage, but I didn't get to set my thing off. Berserker always has a 1 in 3 chance of not doing anything. Well, of just being a 4, I should say. True Berserker effect. Huh? That's some good defense. That's actually gonna hit me. This is gonna hit you a little harder, though. Bonked. Yeah, I get 2 rerolls a turn. They've gotten 4. Like, the enemy does just straight up cheat, is how they do the difficulty in this. This is perfect. Die conversion. Match is a stalemate, entering the decisive moment. Oh, yeah, there is no way in hell he's gonna live through what I'm about to do. Yeah, this is gonna be a 32 with conversion. Yeah. Mathematically impossible for him to survive this attack.
Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
I stopped to play cards and dice.
Full process of creating a Mechatron army, based on what I saw.
Ooh, they pre-rendered this.
Hello, guests from the Astral Express. Nice to see you again.
Hey, how's it going?
Thank you for your gracious hospitality, Madam Pearl.
Hi, someone pretended to be one of your employees and actually gave us a very lovely time.
I understand there was a minor incident in the lower lobby involving someone impersonating a Pearl Lux employee. I hope it didn't spoil your enjoyment.
We're fine. Don't worry about us. But how are things with you? Did you lose any
Yeah, she run off with anything?
Blueprints?
I mean, she's about to lose her money to a crypto scam anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, Pearl Lux's data firewall remains untouched, and all assets under security network surveillance are intact. The only change is an additional expense claim under my employee ID.
Yeah, she did do that.
Never mind. I can make a preliminary assessment that this was the result of someone's momentary impulse. Lately, mishaps have been piling up, like dark clouds before a downpour, casting shadows of uncertainty over my plans.
Could you be referring to the Herald of Death?
33 citizens were found dead in the Dovebrook district. In addition, an IPC specialist assigned to negotiate the purchase of a Mask of Elation died in an unexpected incident. This party has made overt threats to public order and is clearly challenging the IPC.
We want a game where one time a character shows up and just says, "Hey guys, meet Josuke from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 8, JoJolian, Softan Duetto." That's a very specific desire. I mean, closest you're gonna get to that is one of the JoJo fighting games, and even then, he doesn't say it verbatim.
Managing capital and managing a corporation share one thing in common. That is, an aversion to risk and a pursuit of stability. And I bear both responsibilities. As the executive
Some random guy
officer
showing up and
of
says
Arcadia,
their
I
catchphrase
bear
doesn't
an
even have to be
inescapable
Josuke.
responsibility for the safety
Someone
of
just
this
has a
world.
catchphrase of pretending to be a character from another IP. Smiling Friends style, you know? Yeah, I get what you mean. It would be really funny if they were very visually and obviously not that character, but they said that and then just left.
As one of the 10 Stonehearts, I hope to bring the Phantom Moon Games to
Who
a
are the
swift
Renaissance men?
and safe
Be the
conclusion.
change you want to see in the world? Dandan Ken makes a fair point, Green Ghost. Well, it's possible. A catchphrase. Do you have a cool, sexy transformation like Aventurine does? Topaz says she doesn't have that, so I feel like it's not a 10 Stonehearts thing, but I also don't believe her.
Rather than staging another dangerous battle, like what happened at Graphia Academy, I hope the supplicants can show the people of this world miracles of joy and happiness, instead of sorrow and rage during the Phantom Moon Games. Therefore, I'd like to hear the Express's request. Trailblazer, please, tell me. What's your ultimate goal for joining the Phantom Moon Games?
I was doing this for fun. But ultimately? Before setting off, you spoke to Himiko about your goals for the Phantom Moon Games.
You mentioned earlier that you wanted to talk
Oh yeah,
about
we didn't
the
play this
Phantom Moon
part.
Games with me?
About our final request.
I'd like to talk about our ultimate goal for participating in the Phantom Moon Games.
What a flashback. It is earlier this patch, so...
Huh. Got something in mind?
I think the rules and rewards for the Phantom Moon Games are a little too vague.
That's exactly what I thought when I joined the games 15 years ago. These games allow supplicants to do anything, good or evil. As a result, everything that unfolds in the course of these games exists beyond control. What's more vague is what can winners do when they share the power of the elation. According to legends and historical records from Ahatopia, victors typically first witness the manifestation of Aha themselves.
Saying this like you didn't see that happen. But I thought you won the previous games.
They listen to the victor's wishes and grant them permission to use their power. And the applications of this power seem to be boundlessly vast. When faced with countless choices, the situation becomes even more thorny than having no choice at all.
Kinda.
Sometimes I wonder, if we had agreed to become the leader of the Anti-Destruction Alliance, how would this trip have turned out?
Want Aha to be the leader.
If I win, I'll give up sharing Aha's power and ask them to be the leader of the Anti-Destruction Alliance.
This is a terrible idea.
That's such a hilarious idea.
I think that'd be
I can
Aha's
totally
reaction to
picture
the
it.
request too, like, you funny man. Being dead serious.
I get it. That's actually a brilliant idea.
It's a stupid idea, which is exactly why Aha would go for it. Like, I like your funny words, funny man, I'll do it. Nanook, get your bitch ass over here.
To begin with, this is far more meaningful than taking up a god's authority and squandering it freely for a single minute. Secondly, Placing an Eon on the righteous cause of opposing the universe's greatest threat is something neither the IPC nor the god itself could reasonably object to. Finally, this would also help us avoid the risk we currently face. Cooperating with the IPC while remaining wary of being
when you get down to it, it's
ambitions
actually
during
kind
the
of genius.
operation of the Anti-Destruction Alliance.
Does hold the title of the worst nameless after all.
If we handle the negotiations well, perhaps AHA could stand behind the Astral Express. Just like our cooperation with the Xianzhou, where we could maintain distance from one another while offering support from afar.
Worth noting, AHA is technically excommunicated from their own religion.
The only question is, will AHA agree?
Don't worry about that. From what I know about them, they'll agree.
You know them somewhat personally, Pom Pom?
What kind of god of games would they be if they broke their own rules? Besides, they still owe the Express a debt.
They owe the Express a debt. I get the not breaking their own rules thing, but...
This is their IOU for the Express debt from when they were traveling with
Oh my god, that's right, yeah.
their signature and seal.
AHA used to be... I completely forgot about this plot point. AHA was a nameless traveling on the Express with Akavili. I'm still holding the theory that AHA ascended when they realized the actual nature of the world and laughed at it. They are the worst nameless. Solely for the sake of fun, I have, on numerous occasions during my voyage aboard the Astral Express, misappropriated and vandalized public property of the Express, thereby incurring financial losses to the Express and liability for third-party damages. Having received the conductor's earnest instruction, I have come to a profound realization of my transgressions. I hereby itemize all outstanding operations below to be settled at a future date. The itemized list of reparations due from AHA is as follows. Telemicrowave oven, 1 unit. Supersonic slippers, 2 pairs. Optical camouflage cloak, 1. Anti-gravity levitation carpet, 1. Hater brooms bearing a striking resemblance to swords, 2. Note, liability for this entry is jointly assumed with Akavili. They pretended to sword fight with brooms, oh my god, that's great. Leviathan tooth, 2. Trimmed conductor's outfit, 1. Organ dragonflies deposited by the morning actors, 2. Medical expenses incurred due to allergic reactions from the introduction of electronic mustard into the rice cooker. Graffiti removal fees for the statue complex of White Rolling Stone Planet. Repair costs for walls in the Museum of Animated Arts, and recovery expenses for escaped collection items. 3 portraits and 7 specimens remain unaccounted for to date. Incident during extravehicular angling. An erratic comet fish caused a collision resulting in damages to 3.1415926. That's pi. 3.1415926. That's as far as I can remember pi, but it is farther than that. Solar sails on planet Goldberg. No, liability for this entry is jointly assumed with Akavili. Satellite unit from the Centurion Stellar Ring, half of 1. 6-eyed yaks of the Duchy of Haronte, 9. 1 anti-beast horde naval cannon sourced from the old Luntinium exhibition hall. 1 artificial satellite, neutralized via accidental discharge. Several pillows lost to the atmosphere of planet Siley during a pillow fight, inclusive of Conductor Pom Pom's favorite bolster. Fines levied by the Cosmic Paleontological Conservation Association regarding gastric ulcers in a void song whale, induced by an unauthorized expedition within the creature's stomach. Xenohydros released from the custody of the Architects, 3. Roaring Golden Pothos. Pothos? I don't know. Accrued multiple outstanding tabs at World's End in the capacity of a nameless. Went to their own bar and ran up a tab. I wonder if that's what really got them kicked out. Never paid the goddamn tab. Shockingly lengthy entry, extensive enough to reach the ground. Crispy, crumbly pom-pom pie times 22, of which 3 were utilized as fishing bait, 9 dispensed as yak fodder, 10 deployed as projectiles against space pirates during a skirmish. Please accept my sincere apologies for the misappropriation of the conductor's labor-intensive provisions. Half an Astral Express! Dead or Aha. This scrawled signature looks sketchy no matter how you look at it. Is this really from Aha themselves? How sketchy it is actually makes me think it's more likely to be real.
Passenger, use this to blackmail them. That one will definitely give in to your demands.
Blackmail on a god because they were an asshole when they were traveling here as a person. I believe the thing was Akavili decided to live as a person, and Aha was like, that sounds funny as hell, I'm coming with ya, and then ran up the worst tab you've ever seen.
Probably.
This is great. Like I said, Aha is probably my favorite Aeon.
You're saying you want Aha to take on the leadership of the Anti-Destruction Alliance?
Base Pom-Pom from the left field with a blackmail steel chair. My god, it's Pom-Pom with a blackmail note!
Logical extrapolation. Failed. Success rate indeterminable. This peculiar proposal nearly brought my thought process to a halt. This request is far too lacking in structure, yet within an irrational context, it seems to conceal a certain kind of logic. If the universe is the master of Elation's playground, then they should do something about this playground that's about to be destroyed.
There's nothing funny about all your toys blowing up. And also, you want to be entertaining, you gotta be front row for the shit that's gonna go down in the future. Especially if my theory about Aha is true and Aha knows they're in a video game. Mainly because at least a few people tied to Aha have broken the fourth wall already. Sampo did at one point, and the Pink Bunny Girl did. Aha figured that out and realized the only meaningful thing a video game character can do is be entertaining, then that's my theory we're going with right now.
As expected of the Trailblazer, your thinking is so... out of the box. I've learned something today. However, I don't think you stand much of a chance in the games. Because...
Because?
I've joined as a supplicant.
Is this gonna be a boss fight?
Not a single rule in the Phantasmoon games requires supplicants to engage in combat, so there's no need for hostility between us.
Okay.
A Plain Arcadia's administrator is a supplicant?
At the same time, she has at her disposal assets of staggering magnitude.
I really hope it will be a boss fight. I want to see
them.
her transformed thing like we got to see with Aventurine. Topaz says not all of them do that, but I want all of them to do it anyway, you know? You can get a little dialogue with Topaz when you meet her after the Aventurine fight, like, do you have a super form too? She's like, what do you oh, you fought Aventurine. No, most of us don't do that. It's like, ah, dang it.
Aww, with money and power on her side, wouldn't her chances of success be way higher than ours?
On paper, yes.
As I previously proposed to Miss Himiko, I'm willing to cooperate with the Astral Express to ensure the
I think Topaz is just
progression
embarrassed of the fact.
Phantasmoon games.
She embarrassed of her cool transformation? She shouldn't be, I bet it's cool, again.
But the Astral Express isn't your only partner, is it?
I have 2 other allies. However, you all are my most promising ones. Once the Astral Express joins, it will maximize the safety and success of this Ionic game. And I will do everything in my power to fulfill my partner's wishes within that limited minute.
She's here to recruit us.
As we told you before, our strategy is to become a sail, advance and retreat together. The Astral Express is not a lone supplicant, since we have our own allies in the games.
Yeah. We've got Sunday, who I do wonder... I'm almost positive there will be a new Himiko out before this planet's done. Like, that just that's gotta happen. I would believe an Elation Sunday is possible, but unlikely at this point.
An ally like Sparksy? It's true that you defeated her and took her mask. But given her typical decision-making style, Sparksy isn't exactly what you'd call a reliable ally.
Meh. Beside her, I have another ally.
Hypothesis. The Sinwish Syndicate's missing mask. I thought it fell into the Cienjo's hands. Don't tell me. Yao Guang gave it to you guys?
That's right. 3 against 3. We're tied at the moment.
Your allies are Ashvale and... Silverwolf the other one? Don't remember if they finalized anything.
With this new variable in play, I'll have to adjust my extrapolations. But the conclusion seems unchanged. After all, as the administrator of this world, I have the natural advantage in resources.
I mean, you could just veto anything we try to do and say it's illegal, if you really wanted to, but Aha would probably be pissed and not show up if you did that. That's your biggest weakness.
An IPC senior executive, Plain Arcadia's administrator, a member of the 10 Stonehearts, joining the games personally. It certainly has an intimidating ring to it. But when you think about it, isn't this identity precisely the greatest burden Madame Pearl has to overcome?
He is right. Your identity is far too sensitive. You want to control these games and end it safely and quickly. But Plain Arcadia's citizens might not see it this way. All they see is the all-powerful IPC and an influential executive pulling all the strings. Your every action will be scrutinized.
You got cash, but people have to like you. People don't want to see the IPC win, to be honest.
A sharp observation, I must say. Quite impressive.
But I do not believe you yourself would overlook this. Madame Pearl, what is it that you seek to obtain from the Phantasmoon games at any cost?
What I seek is a treasure lost to this world's history.
Oh?
I want to recreate Graphia's divine art of imagenesis.
Does that have something to do with painting?
Probably.
Hard to believe, no? My birth originated from the theme assigned by the celestial differentiator of planet Scrulum. Art. At first, I was nothing more than a machine that imitated human paintings. For an Intellitron, generating works of art is no great challenge.
Yeah, AI-generated art ain't nothing.
Day after day, I studied. Day after day, I exhausted every possibility. I could instantly analyze the proportional structure and pigment composition of any painting. I could precisely reproduce every pixel of Graphia's masterpieces. Yet I could not create as she did.
I think this is kind of like an AI art thing. Like, even if you could make it all that, do perfect, you still didn't really make anything. You just imitated.
Was establishing the world in canvas at the end of the Phantasmoon games. I want to understand her thoughts at that moment and touch the essence of creation.
Is this your personal pursuit? Or the IPC's demands on this world?
Both. The IPC's point of view is far more pragmatic. The world in canvas is a dimension that can shield us from the Antimatter Legion's warfare. And they've always been eager to master this technology.
Okay, fair enough. It has its uses, for sure.
Unfortunately, it seems we can't convince each other to back out for now.
Then, I have another proposal. Why don't we shift our perspective and turn our attention to those 2 supplicants who haven't surfaced yet? These 2 individuals' objectives are unclear, and their abilities remain a mystery. If left unchecked, we might see a repeat of the Herald of Death tragedy.
Which would be bad.
I have a cooperation proposal that could help us gather intelligence on them, and I'm willing to share this piece of information with you all.
Guessing that doesn't come for free, right?
That is correct. But all you need to do is sacrifice a tiny sliver of your reputation.
Which tiny sliver?
Before we move on to the details of our cooperation, would you like to take a short break and have some tea to wet your whistles? Or shall we continue?
Okay, they do.
I've prepared some refreshments
Okay, it
for
sounds
you.
like they actually
Please,
kind of learned
help
from.
yourself.
They learn like we're doing a lot of cutscenes. Let's give a little break in the middle of it. I think they learned from some of those complaints in there. Drink in one gulp.
What the?
Sprayed me right in my face. Ah, this smell. Is that?
This is a specialty from the Cienzhou.
Oh my
a precious
god.
item called mung bean soda that General Yao Guang gifted me. As an Intellitron, I can't enjoy human beverages. So I've specially saved this for my esteemed
Those who don't remember, mung bean soda is something no one on the Xianzhou likes. But they keep recommending it to tourists because they know they'll hate it, and that's how it makes all its money.
Seems we really do have a special connection with these drinks.
Ah, that's great. The most delicious beverage. You can play the Trailblazer as unironically liking it, is the funny part. You can completely pick options that are like, no, I kinda like it. I don't drink any other kind of soda now. That is the funniest thing. Oh, we're doing a straight-up Mario level where I'm getting coins out of the boxes until they stop. That's fun. Nah, they don't let you wall jump that well. Although I will ask, who the hell serves soda out of a teacup? Did you put it on the burner for a minute to get it hot? Hey, what the hell? Adam Pearl, apparently. Seems that way. She says she can't enjoy human food and beverages anyway. Maybe she just assumes she didn't do her research. Puzzles like this are a piece of cake. Yeah, make them all match, sure. Yahoo! Took you long enough. Just finished writing a tragedy. Now my mind is flooding with nothing but comedy. Ha ha ha. I ran too fast and missed one spawning behind me. Yeah, I ain't missing no Pix coins. You can't make me. Skinner's Pigeon. Gonna need you to run that by me again. The fuck does that mean? The button that pops out gold coins 10 times in a row and interplanar jump. And defeat the giant hedge HONKAI. I get enough Pix coins to do more of the Furbobo freebies. Yep. I got... Ooh, new phone wallpaper. The weight of reward. Okay, see... I'm 90% sure this is the upgrade, Elation Trailblazer material. In fact, it's Hero Morpher Wish. I'm thinking is like, there will be some kind of Sentai nonsense fused into it. Love of God, let that be true. Oh wait, I usually switch to whatever the newest wallpaper is. Yeah, I like it. How am I doing? Almost missed a perfectly good treasure chest. And the gold. Arcadia's souvenir. This one is difficulty 5. Ooh, fancy. Just checking, sometimes that happens. Gamer instinct is always check behind where you start. Want me to go there, but what if I choose to go a different place anyway? Because I want more money. How would that make you feel? Like I don't care about your opinions because that would be the truth. Dang it. I falled over. I gotta switch the gravity to get some of that. Oh, and there's a thing here, too. I need to be looking at these arrows. 1 second while I get a notepad out. These arrows might be instructions I can also follow. Upright, upright. Perfectly timed. Okay. Right. Blech. I basically asked for that. Okay. Just barely not. But if I can... Maybe? Nah. Yep. Nope, that is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm still fucking this up. What did I think that was going to do? There we go, that's what I needed to have happen. Okay, let's see. No? Some of these, I know some of these are like... Okay, stop. It's like turning me away when I try to jump over it. Some of these genuinely are like, actually be tone perfect when listening to something, or don't bother trying to do it. They really do, it feels like, try to make you... Let me see, what if it were... What if it's this? Gonna try this, I can't prove it. You can let me jump on it, jackass. Okay. Upright, right, down. Down, left, up. Now... I switch it up a little. I have no goddamned idea. Why did it reverse my controls? Stop. Let me leave it! Why the fuck? I don't know why they decided to fuck with your controls when you're near that thing. They can just let you do it, and it's fine. There's really no downside to just letting it be itself there. God. Maybe it's a clue? That it reversing your controls when you try to get close to it? That'd be a really stupid clue, but a lot of these are set up stupidly in ways you couldn't feasibly guess anyway, so maybe. You have a lot of dialogue that goes by way too fast to be read.
I was thinking of having Perlux Corp host an expo for the Astral Express. As for the name, how about Star Rail Fest?
Welt chimes in. Add a Honkai in there. What is Honkai? Trust me, they'll get it.
Star Rail Fest? You mean hosting a Fluffy Across the Blue convention?
Correct, but not entirely. The Fluffy is well known in this world, so it's a good collaboration element. But what I want is an unprecedented Astral Express exhibition, with the Fluffy being just a small part of it. The real stars of this grand event will be you, the Express crew. You'll be there in person to meet the people of this world.
Neat.
Are you trying to use this exhibition to lure those two unidentified supplicants out of hiding?
Huh? What if they're up to no good? Won't that just make us walking targets?
Going to hand over the advantage to us?
There are many ways to take the lead afterward. I'm less concerned about the progress than about the unknown risks our plan might face.
Hum.
Together, we can create a miracle for all to witness in Arcadia devoted to the legends of heroes.
March is learning, yeah. Weird delivery there. She paused. She should have paused at the witness. For all to witness an Arcadia devoted to the legends of heroes. That's a weird for where this grammatically is supposed to go.
Also get Full Wish TV and
I think that was the wrong
mainstream
take.
media outlets involved for promotional cooperation. And in return, Wish power will flow to you. Of this, I have no doubt.
Deal.
A wise choice. Before the Star Rail Fest officially begins, I have one more favor to ask of you all. I'd like the Express crew to pay a visit to Blurry QR Colt, the original author of Fluffy Across the Blue.
Why?
Doesn't Parallax own the rights to the Fluffy?
Since their debut, this author has remained anonymous, never revealing their true identity in public. But if the real-life inspiration behind the story were to pay them a personal visit, it would surely be a great honor, and likely persuade them to attend a signing, stoking the excitement even further.
Leave it to us.
Now that we've reached an agreement, I'll leave it in your capable hands. My secretary will be in touch to keep all parties apprised. By the way, before you leave, please accept this small gift as a memento of our first collaboration.
Isn't that... Is this Aventurine's chip?
I've studied in detail the records of my colleagues' interactions with partners in Penacony, and I was particularly inspired by Aventurine's technique of giving small gifts that symbolize good fortune. So please, keep this chip with you as a symbol of good fortune for our future cooperation.
I'm also glad
Take care,
every Stoneheart we've met has been a completely different, type of business person than the last. Jade is all about contracts, Aventurine is all about risks. Topaz is all about, rebuilding, and Pearl here is kind of about risk management. Minimize factors, control. Hey, Ashbale, I didn't roll for you, and I'm not going to, because you don't fit into any of the teams I want to make.
Of unprecedented scale would make for a perfect opportunity to reenact the blood-stained games.
And the perfect opportunity to kick the ass of anyone who tries.
I understand. That's why I have a mission for you. Protect the Nameless at Star Rail Fest.
You actually think they would need my protection with their strength? Don't tell me your extrapolations predict even bigger trouble ahead.
You think I can do anything to protect those psychopaths? I don't know if you noticed, the old guy has a black hole in his cane. He could genuinely just destroy everything if he felt like it.
Hidden beneath each extrapolation, tiny signals of unease keep bubbling up to my thought interface. I must be thoroughly prepared for whatever may come. Now that you've taken up the mask, let's talk about payment. What do you want? The same as always? Money?
Before we talk about payment, let's discuss the Herald of Death. Although the Department of Aberration Defense sealed and destroyed all records of the Bloodstained Games, I still managed to uncover some unusual leads. After the Herald of Death incident, the victims' families collectively received compensation so massive it could fill any gaping wound. So, I figured, maybe we could find some leads by looking into official Plain Arcadia expenditures. But here's the interesting part. This item was nowhere to be found in that year's public financial report. Care to guess whose books this money went through? It was you.
the omnipresent IPC. To be precise, it was the IPC's technology department that paid this astronomical compensation.
They missed recording a line. Why would a lethal incident on some minor frontier planet cause IPC scientists to hemorrhage funding? Don't tell me they're moonlighting as philanthropists on top of their research work.
Following the usual human drama tropes, am I supposed to give you a round of applause now? Being able to dig up all this information really shows your connections and capabilities, Detective Ashvale.
In movies, a big shot like you would usually raise a hand right about now, revealing the dark muzzle of a gun.
You think she uses a gun? No, that thing on her belt turns her into something that's supposed to be equivalent to an emanator, but from the one time we saw that, they got kind of one-shot by an actual emanator, so I think that's propaganda.
I'm afraid you've learned too much. And bang! That's when the gun goes off. And I, the poor sap who
turns into Chainsaw Man,
am supposed to bite the dust.
Sorry, my hand is on the checkbook and unavailable. Mr. Ashvale, tell me, how many zeros would you like to see on that check for our cooperation?
It's not about the money.
Indeed.
Hey, I'm not going to kill you. I'd much rather bribe you. How much do you want?
100 million credits.
Are you trying to buy me off like some poor victim's family? Tell me, why did the technology department pay to sweep this under the rug?
300 million? I know you've always needed money. For cryosleep, supporting the families of fallen comrades, and for treating those who survived. Isn't this exactly what strategic investment is about? Putting money in the hands of those
Why does he sleep and cry out? Is he trying to slow down his aging or something? I'm sure there's some story behind it.
I'm not your lackey, Intellitron. Tell me the answer.
500 million? I could pretend there's a glitch in my calculation process and make it a cool billion for you.
Oh man.
Money or answer? Your call.
I gotta level with you. If she was throwing these numbers at me, I would have folded way sooner.
I want the answer.
I'm not personally connected, to be fair. If I were, I'm sure. I want to believe I'd do what Ashvale did.
Unexpected choice. It defies my usual understanding of your decision tree. Note, I say this without sarcasm or ridicule. The answer is, I don't know much. Hard to believe, perhaps. But as CEO,
it sounds like the IPC are the ones
isn't
responsible for it happening.
Besides,
if they had to pay off the victims.
the Herald of Death affair lies 15 years in the past. This world is like an unfinished game of chess that's been dragging on for years. The hidden moves laid by the previous player keep becoming my challenges. Even today.
But since you've invited me to finish this game together, sharing intel is a must.
They are? I mean, I get that impression.
Reasonable.
But
I'll
don't
share
spoil
what I
me on
know
how
about the
exactly. Whether it was an imagine they made who did it, or their attempts to control the games made the games bounce back somehow. Aha doesn't like that.
Marcus Antali, the Herald of Death. Last member of the Intelligentsia Guild, School of Evolutionary Perfection. 5 years ago, his identity was confirmed, and he was executed. Note, executed in every sense of the word.
Intelligentsia Guild. Ooh.
Miss Yabali, head of the technology department, took possession of his belongings, and even I don't have the clearance to access those records.
No wonder. So, that guy was practically IPC personnel. give or take. That also explains why the technology department shelled out the compensation. Yet, the method behind this latest killing is identical to the one from years ago. If the Herald of Death is truly dead...
A serial killer coming back from the dead is the least of our worries. Even if a serial killer does come back to life, he's still just a serial killer who's been shut out of the Ionic game.
The amount of times they're saying you can't repeat joining keeps making me think someone's gonna break that rule.
What's more concerning is this. Someone wants to exploit the legacy of the Herald of Death. Miss Yobeli took away everything.
There's something interesting. Despite Raz and Co. being the protagonists again, Raz was never shown or mentioned during the New Era showcase. Interesting.
And during the Phantasmoon Games, not only can miracles trigger wish power, but fear too. Based on my extrapolations, the appearance of this new Herald of Death might mark the beginning of the festival spiraling out of control.
I wouldn't even say might.
No wonder you're in such a hurry to end the games.
Mr. Ashvale, I've always respected you. But right now, I need to rely on your strength even more.
Respect. When I was younger, what I really wanted was to make the IPC fear me.
Oh?
The passage of time's not exactly kind, is it?
He was in opposition to the IPC. He is a hunt character. Was he? I wonder.
Deal, Madam Pearl. But I will require one more form of compensation. Whoever this new Herald of Death is, I must deliver justice with my own hands. This time, there won't be any lengthy interrogation.
By the authority vested in me as CEO of Plain Arcadia, I
You wonder, trick people into believing a miracle of John Super
Murder
Herder is back from the dead and in the games. Now let somebody join again since a precedent is set? Well, I don't think the belief... Here's the thing. I'll at least grant one entry per person seems to be a rule AHA probably set. Unless it's genuinely a different person, I don't think they could trick, you know, an Eon like that. Even if everyone thinks it, if AHA doesn't give a shit and wants to keep their rules going, I don't think it would work.
Go ahead and do what you must.
As long as AHA
Mr.
is
Ashvale.
beholden to the rules. Now, an Imagine built around their existence might skirt those rules, is what I'm wondering. It's also all about the motherfucking miracles. The miracles are only once you've already entered the games, is the thing. You have to get the mask first, and it doesn't matter what kind of miracle you do if you can't put the mask on. I'm wondering if it's an Imagine of that person. Would that still count as the same person? The IPC, or apparently some people argue they're no longer legally the same person. Sometime later, somewhere in Duo Mention.
My friend, I don't blame you, but I'm done being a breathing dead weight. So do me a favor and pay me back for that drink with this bullet.
Just do it, you coward! Let me die as a Galaxy Ranger.
I
before
knew
I
it.
turn into a monster of abundance.
I think he was a Galaxy Ranger, too.
Shoot me. I beg you.
Ah, yeah. Actually, I wonder... Is it possible he was the Galaxy Ranger who found Rappa.
My Skybo above.
I know they really wanted her to be
Have
part
a
of the
pleasant
story here,
dream.
but had to cut her out last minute.
Not knowing who you are, not knowing why you exist here, that isn't life.
Uchiba!
In ancient times, humanity's daily goal was to obtain 2,000 calories of food. Humans back then knew they were just one member of the animal kingdom. They understood why they migrated, hunted, gathered.
All of that.
But now, in an era where you can get food delivered to your door with just a tap of your finger, effortlessly achieving that 2,000 calorie goal, humanity has lost its way like never before.
I suppose in some sense.
Tell me, will the Phantasmoon Games bring a new direction to this world, Ashvale?
What's wrong with getting food with just the tap of your finger? Well, don't tell me you want to go back to the days when everyone was starving and at the mercy of the harvest?
Yeah, that doesn't sound better at all.
2,000 calories are pointless, but just for survival. It's the goals beyond 2,000 calories that define humanity. And the Phantasmoon Games holds up a mirror to humanity, allowing them to see their truest selves. I'm just a detective. Ask me such a profound question again next time, and I'll charge extra.
My apologies. I just heard you joined the Phantasmoon Games and couldn't resist asking for your thoughts. You've met Madame Pearl, huh?
Yeah.
She dumped this hot potato of the Herald of Death on me.
On us. Judging by your expression, it seems less like a hot potato and more like a sweet fruit.
Because I have a lead now. I think the key lies in the word copycat.
I do think it's a copycat killer,
To prevent
yeah.
copycats, you kept the Herald of Death's modus operandi from 15 years ago under wraps. Which means...
There's only a few people who could reproduce this killing method with such precision. The investigators from the Security Bureau and the Department of Aberration Defense at the time, and those directly involved in the Herald of Death case.
Exactly.
Detective Kuchiba, I've heard that you've devoted considerable time to researching the
Does he sound like
crimes
slightly a higher-pitched
from the
Welt?
Phantasmoon Games.
I'm not sure. Because I don't know either of their voice actors, and I know Welt got a new voice actor this patch, actually.
I'm
So
the
I
prime
don't know.
suspect now. Is that it?
Maybe it is the same person. They got Ashvale in as like, hey, we need a replacement Welt. You want to do it?
Just a bit of minor deduction. After all, murderers always love to return to the scene of the crime. Isn't it coincidental that you happen to be standing right before my eyes?
Her design, she's not got a playable enough design to be that much of an antagonist, Ashvale.
That's not deduction. It's a conjecture at best.
Yeah.
As for investigating those two categories of suspects, we've been doing that for a long time already.
Pretty
It's
obvious.
Been 15 years. The relevant people and the victims' families have all gone their separate ways. Tracking them down now won't be easy.
Yeah. After losing their loved ones in such a cruel way, their hearts were shattered. Many couldn't bear to stay in Dovebrook District and chose to move away. I remember seeing that in the case files you sent me. They even formed a mutual aid society for the victims.
I wonder, after all these years, have they managed to heal the wounds in their hearts?
I know precisely one of them failed in so spectacular a fashion that they are permanently kind of removed from humanity. Ha ha ha.
Maybe they have. After all, they go by a new name now. The Research Society of Happy Smiles.
Which checks out, actually.
Ah, you mean that charity with the slogan, Healing Smiles, Healing Arcadias?
Before he died, Kostad mentioned that group to me. He said quite a few young people in the gang left without looking back, just to join them. So I thought, maybe we should start by looking into their rivals.
The Research Society of Happy Smiles, huh? A charity that helps people escape their pain and find happiness, offering free counseling, medical care, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, they're also quite obviously a cult. Talk to one of them for 30 seconds, you will be absolutely positive they're a cult.
Sounds like they've turned over a new leaf. How could you call them rivals to the underworld?
I dug a little deeper into them, and found something interesting.
You mean your monkey? dug up
No,
something
no
interesting,
way.
right?
Okay. Mr. N dug up something interesting.
They're totally normal.
Have you heard the name of the sponsor behind the Research Society? Her name's Full Wish.
That name rings a bell.
Yeah,
Wait,
Full Wish TV.
Isn't she the boss of Full Wish TV? I think she was one of
Just
the
happy and you're
survivors
hating
of
on them
Graphia
for that.
Academy
You know
2.
what? You're right. I am just hating. Their ideals of eradicating pain are psychopathic at best. Because pleasure with a lack of pain is numbness.
This is getting
Say this is
a
someone
little
who
too coincidental.
physically, I'm speaking physically,
Just like
feels
every
more
case
pain than
you've
I'm supposed
accidentally
to.
cracked before.
Might have caused me some
Mr.
problems,
Asheville,
in case you
should
haven't
I compliment
guessed.
your keen instincts or your incredible luck?
Never once have I... Maybe in some very dark moments I've wished for pain to be gone entirely, but... It's a terrible idea in general.
Luck's a part of a detective's toolkit, too. Anyway, whether Full Wish is guilty or not, we won't know until we look into her. That's why I asked you here.
A Brick District New Life Project. Public recruitment and mental healing seminar at the Research Society of Happy Smiles. Confused about the future? Don't know where to turn? Is the burden of life suffocating you? You crash onto your bed after another grueling day, drifting aimlessly through the tide of memes Orc Talk feeds you. Orc Talk. The cat's hitting his bowl even though it's still like 2 hours early for him to eat. When the screen fades to black, the reflection staring back reveals the truth. You aren't smiling. Can't quite recall when it began. You seem to have lost your reason to smile. Try to force the corners of your mouth up when facing the mirror, but all you feel is a sense of alienation. When was the last time you really smiled? Worry not no more. Worried not no more. Remove one of these. Remove either no more or not. That's just cats? Yeah, but he's been getting worse and worse lately. Research Society of Happy Smiles is here for you! Amidst the endless violence and spates of grisly crimes plaguing Dovebrook District, Research Society of Happy Smiles is hosting a week-long mental wellness seminar. Oh, jeez. We're here to ease your burdens, answer your prayers, and help us all weather this storm together. Once the star of the smash hit, Please Be Happy, and the people's beloved daughter... Oh my god. That's literally the person I was talking about. Now the president of the Research Society of Happy Smiles and director of Full Wish TV. Full Wish will also be making a special appearance soon. Together we'll banish the gloom and rediscover the joy we've been missing. No appointment needed. Walk right in. I knew it. The girl who got the happiness operation. She's in charge of this shit.
Dovebrook District New Life Project. Public recruitment and mental healing seminar at the Research Society of Happy Smiles. And she's
He's
the
actually
speaker?
making the game as we're speaking. 1 second. Sorry, I had to take his entire bowl away because he can't stop hitting it and making noise.
Holding a seminar at a place meant to bury past
The update
trauma,
actually didn't
the
exist
very
before
site of
today.
2 bloody incidents. Miss
Never mind that I
Foolish's
played
audacity
it
is certainly
last Thursday as
impossible
well.
to ignore.
So what are we waiting for? It's time to drag Dovebrook
okay, I'm
District's old skeletons out into the light.
Uh-huh. Are you talking? Yeah. I'm almost there.
I want more happiness.
Let's maybe Dang it. Yeah, open X number of treasures, sure. It did playtest Ashvale just a little bit. But, I mean, he seems like finally a character who does follow-up attacks as a primary damage source who's actually gonna work. But I wonder for how long he'll work, you know? That note. Good news? Why are we happy? Something missing? Must more blood be spilled? You were not arrested. I mean, you didn't sound like you thought you would be, yet you kept insisting it was possible. So I wasn't sure what to think, to be honest. Okay. We're gonna go do a round of currency wars to finish things off, just because. As it is Monday, I gotta go shorter. Also, I'm getting a terrible headache from having not eaten today because food plans kept falling through. For Clock Gambit. We go Amethyst Gold. So we have a snowball? Well, there's at least one chance in hell, then. Yeah, Sparksea Media Network. Hello, super-powered Junko Enoshima. What are my options? Planet Festivities emblem? Let's do an AoE emblem. AoE's fun. Let's say, yep. Definitely go for this. Put you there. Daring today. Look, I've actually never taken the emblem to start with, because I don't play this that much. Blue Raspberry Snowball. I do like snow cones. Nice one, Danny boy! I mean, to be fair, I am essentially making the team I already use by doing this. Get a Sparkle and a Planet Festivities. Refresh this one, that's not... not really. Nothing. Top 500, I guess. Don't know what in the McFuck you do in this game. This is a special kind of roguelike game mode of it. Mr. Monokuma's lesson starts playing when I walk in. Hey guys, how's it going? No venturing. Wait, give you that. Blade can't be better than Pella. Though I wasted money by doing it like that. Dang it. And you were stabbed 87 times. Sounds unpleasant. Never had a snow cone? Snowballs, yes. Really? It's just shaved ice, really. Snowballs, hell yeah.
They sent you. Time to twirl.
Who's the little backstabber?
Time to twirl. Do you know who I... Big Diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Watch your head.
Time to twirl!
The dice have been bust.
Here we go.
Maybe I'll take it all.
Alright, that was closer than it should have been. Why, ooh. Anaxa for sure. Anaxagoras, as he prefers to be called. Let's take the coins. And let's get a Treebee, who can go up front if she really wants to. Actually, maybe she'd go in the back instead. Double check what this wants. Even wants her in the back, but I don't think she can do much in the back right this second. Obviously get that. Hell yeah. I need back row people because we have frontline shutdown, which is one of the most annoying things they have here. The shutdown abilities are just annoying and make the game less fun, in my opinion.
Don't let me down.
Okay, now I have an actual functioning setup here. I got some strong characters mixed in. I haven't pressed a button yet. Snowballs and snow cones are two different things, though. I know that. I said snow cones are just shaved ice. It's not like they're hard to find. Obviously pick you up where I can. I need to work on levels so I can get him situated in. But it's a treasure phase, it'll be fine anyway. We'll be fighting Svarog. I know they're yet to be acquired. I don't care that much. For some reason, we just really prefer balls over cones. There's something somewhere has a reason for it. She can be fine in the back row, honestly. Even if I got another character, I wouldn't be able to put them in yet, so put that in there right now.
Don't let me down.
Oh, there's something to do with New Orleans?
Just a calculation.
Theoretically.
This storm shall pass. Till I will protect all beauty.
Time to twirl. Who's the little backstabber? Time to twirl. Time to
Ah.
Wretched and fleeting. Initiating.
Time to twirl.
Oh, you summoned some enemies? See how that works out for you.
Till I will protect all beauty.
Self-inflicted misery. Time to twirl.
You Googled? What'd you Googled? Okay, basic equipment where my character additionally provides 8 times more basic stats, obtain 2 random basic equipment. Yeah. Yeah, you're someone I can replace if need be. That's someone to replace you with. And having Cosmic Scholar this early is great. Give you that. Do-do-do. Yeah, you just get like 80% off some of this stuff. Tons of initial energy. It's all cool crap. Battle! Snowballs are better and came out of New Orleans. I don't know what you mean by came out of New Orleans.
Till I will protect all beauty.
Curiosity, endless riddles.
Nothing but a void.
Who's the little backstabber? I don't have time to get
In the 1930s. What do you mean do you mean eating them started? Because I assure you snowballs are older than recorded history. Because snow is older than the concept of people. I don't want any of these. I don't want any of these that much either, but... Item I might want. They were invented in New Orleans. Can't help but think maybe we're describing 2 different things here. See, when I say snowball, I mean snow, which has then been compacted into a ball, which I assure you humanity's been doing longer than any human's been able to name it. The only one who's not an AoE, so we'll put that on to get AoE 7. Now, it's 100% of damage received to other enemies. Increase damage received by boss 30%. 6 times launches beam. Yeah. Flavored shaved ice. Okay. Yeah, see, that's where I think there was a slight miscommunication going on.
Don't let me down.
Till I will protect all beauty.
Time to twirl. Curiosity, endless riddles.
Nothing but a void.
Self-inflicted misery. Time to twirl. You look tough. Open sesame. Watch it crawl. Time to twirl. Watch your head. Who's the little backstabber?
Ooh, that hit hard. Ice was not discovered in New Orleans. They probably had to import that shit. Yeah, that was another thing that was... I was like, really? New Orleans? It's Louisiana. It's pretty fucking hot there. Pretty, difficult to believe that just all of it. Reach Matt. Well, I don't have anyone new to deploy anyway, so deal with it.
I'll always deliver.
Minimal foe incoming. Express cohort. Nah. Gonna hard roll. You're a nice boost. That's some good boosting. That's another boost. If I can get you even stronger, I will.
Don't let me down.
Net battle. Okay. John Gory was credited with building a machine to create ice for cooling hospital rooms, earning the first U.S. patent for mechanical refrigeration.
Till I will protect all beauty.
Time to twirl! I don't have time for games. Open sesame. Watch it crawl. Time to twirl!
Hee hee. Hee hee.
Time to twirl! Watch your head. Curiosity. Endless freedom. Nothing but a thought. Who's the little backstabber? Seen perfection before? Expand your thinking.
Doop doop doop. Boom! Ah, the Herda. Herda, if you will. Yeah, let's see. Random forecast character. I'll take a bunch of free refreshes because I need characters. Come on. There's someone. Now I gotta do that because of masking. Gotta be posted. Much more reliable source. 1847, Dr. John Gory, physician, scientist, and humanitarian based in muggy port town of Apalachicola, Florida, sought to improve the survival rate of his malaria and yellow fever patients by cooling them down. Suspended pans of cold water high in their sick rooms so the cooled, heavy air would flow down. But ice was expensive to purchase in Florida during summer, so he was motivated to build a machine that made it mechanical. Moreover, there were growing concerns over the quality and safety of natural ice pulled from lakes and rivers. Spent more than 5 years experimenting at a prototype built in Ohio by the Cincinnati Iron Works. None of them even have items I want. Juan May wouldn't be a terrible placeholder for a little more Cosmic Scholar experience. Take a random 5-star, sure. There's a Nax I want. He wants this stuff. Do-do-do. Formidable foe. Need part of weakness break, but she gives a little more scholar XP, which does something.
I will protect all beauty.
Watch your head.
Curiosity. Endless riddles.
Berta hasn't had a turn yet. Let's fix that.
You look tough. Expand your thinking. Watch a crow. Time to twirl. Time to twirl. Self-inflicted misery.
Yeah.
Till I will protect all beauty.
Time to twirl.
A formal conclusion. Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Time to twirl. Curiosity. Endless riddles.
Look at them numbers. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Who's the little backstabber? Time to twirl. Open sesame. Glimpse my memory. Time to twirl.
There we go. Yay. Well, some of these do something. Honestly, this actually isn't the worst plan. To have here just to get Beloved One. Poems will refresh in the store, provide powerful buffs when purchased. Looking for any other options, didn't find any, so... yeah, you can have that. Might even be smart to do this little switch up here. Are you winning? Oh, I'm definitely winning. I haven't taken damage yet. As you can see, on some of the lower difficulty fights, I don't have to press any buttons. The game wins for me. Oh? That's actually really good. Let's have her here. Folding knife, which... I could have given that to her, actually. I don't know. You. Probably doesn't do anything. Get you up to 2 stars, that'll be good. Find one more of the Herda, she'll go up to 3 stars, but didn't happen. Da-da-da. Yeah, you can have that. Give her 40% speed amplification because of some of this crap. Here, let's see how this final fight goes. I get the feeling it'll go well. formidable boss.
A matched opponent. Conflict is meaningless.
Time for...
Show no mercy. Till I see that I will protect all beauty.
Time to twirl!
Heh.
Test.
Confiscated! Time to twirl! Expand your thinking. Curiosity. Endless freedom.
Boom.
Nothing but a forward. Who's the little backstabber? Ribbitry! I don't have time. Open sesame. Watch it close. Time to twirl! Time to twirl!
Yeah. It's always twirling time when Hurt is around.
Time to twirl!
No dirty tricks.
Till I will protect all beauty.
Time to twirl!
Jackal Shatter. Ain't gonna help you, buddy.
Time to twirl! Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a forward.
Up. Now we can do this a lot.
Time to twirl!
Enough, even.
Time to twirl!
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Ribbitry! Helpless as ever. Expand your thinking. Glimpse in the night. Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Who's the little backstabber?
Yay. Challenge complete. Triple S rating because I never took damage. What bond links did I get? IPC, I got 3 IPC. IPC is way too late game to build for how early game you want it to get benefits off it. It's lame as hell. Is that all the characters are very high leveled, which means you can't get the benefits of IPC at the start, which is when you want it. Get my daily stuff. And then this is where we'll call it for today. I'm going to stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. You didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Blah blah, YouTube.